Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So, I have been gone for almost a year, but what have I done during all this time? Well, that's what we're gonna talk about today. So, today's video is gonna be a little bit different because of that. I am not used to doing like a commentary of whatever I've done before, but we'll try and do it today. So, let's begin with our first semester. On the first semester I was taking two classes. It was TV and radio. I did a variety of things in them. On both of those classes I had to do like a report of some sort. Those I will not show, but just know that on TV I did a report that was about art studies and how they help during the development of a child as they grow. And on radio it was a report on how music affects you psychologically and how you can use it for therapy and all that. The one from TV I did with two of my teachers from art school, and the one for radio about music I did it with a professor that I had that semester. He was my music theory professor. I don't study music, but we have to choose between music, art, or theater. And I chose music for that year, and he was talking about how he wanted to do like some studies with psychology and music. So I found that very interesting, so I told him like, hey, can I ask you some questions about it? And he was like, yeah, sure. So I did that. So on the first semester of TV we did a couple things, and one of them was a public service announcement. I have two versions of the public service announcement because it was supposed to be 30 seconds, and from what I wrote, we recorded everything, and in the end when I got to edit it, it turned out to be 1 minute and 30 seconds long, so it's like 2/3 more than what the professor asked for. So I tried to cut it down a lot, and it just I could only get it to like 46 seconds. So I'm going to show you a little bit of it right now. This is Gabriel. He was one of our, so I worked on this with two persons. It was Jonel and Gabriel. So the whole thing about the whole point of this public service announcement was to not drink and drive. That was the message we were trying to get across. Let me start it back again. So we start with Gabriel, who he's like drinking and all that, and he goes back right into his car. I had to remove a lot of shots here because we had to go with time. Also, I love this transition. I told him like, oh, do like a mini choreography with your, like, in the way you move forwards and backwards, so that we can match cut those two together with the motion and make it look almost seamlessly. So I really like that. I really love that transition. And here we have Jonel. He's supposed to be like a spirit, like he's the one that said, like, brought him to this forest to teach him that he shouldn't drink and drive. That's me as a corpse. And I also like this transition because of that. I love this transition because it's the first one that I've actually done that was with sound instead of something visual. Like, I knew when we recorded it that I was gonna have him bump into the tree, and the tree was gonna sound metallic because of that. And this is the only effect we actually do, special effects, like the car disappearing. And that's it. He comes back again to his car where we first started, and he decides not to drive. Let's go now to radio. On radio we had to do like a couple things. Two of the things that I did alone was like a commercial, like a radio commercial. So I decided to do it around if Les Films were giving classes, like film classes and all that. And I also did a podcast, which is like a film talk podcast version where I talked about Knives Out. Okay, so going back to TV, we did one music video. I was in a music video with Gabriel. Here he is again. It was a music video. He did the song. I will link it down below. Even though I am credited as editor and I was a writer of the script, there wasn't really a script because the way that we did the story was way too simple for for it to have like a proper script. The first time, like, we were talking back and forth about the music, the song, because Gabriel was doing it at the time, and he first told me that it was gonna be about mental health and all that, so I had something in mind. But when I heard the music, the song, it was more like achieving your goals instead of like mental health. It was more about achieving your goals and going through the process of getting better at the end of it. So what I decided to do was take the content that I already had and shift it to do it on the beach, where it's just a man who wakes up on the beach and he's like all scuffed, and as I'm going to the video, I'm like making myself look like a lot better. I found my glasses and I did that, and I found my blazer, as you can see. One of the shots that I really love is this one right here, where I fall down and Jonel just controls the focus so that we go from me to the glasses as I'm going to grab. That was one of the best shots that was done in there. It was pretty simple, but it was so effective. So yeah, in the end, as you can see, I go making myself looking like better as along the way, and I end up like very presentable and elegant. So for TV and radio, we were centering everything that we did and practicing, because we were gonna do like the final project was gonna be a lot bigger. And radio, we had to host a radio show for 30 minutes, and we had to come up with the material we were going to present throughout the whole show. And for the TV, like our final project for the TV class was like a full show. We decided it was gonna be a late night show. I don't have that, so I'm going to show parts of something that our professor gave us. I won't show much of it because I don't know. This isn't mine. This was the professor. He just gave it to us, but so that you can see, this was our set. This is the set we work with in our college. So all of this that was for our show, it was made by the people in our class. So the boards behind us, that right now I'm not here, I'm here standing because this is not a segment for me. So yeah, everything that was there, like, we did it ourselves. Well, I didn't help much. I helped the first day with some of the boards, but I didn't get to help as much as other people. But almost every single part of this, like some things we gathered from around the sets that were made, but nobody uses them anymore, like the desk that we were using and the couch. We like some, but the other stuff, like some of the class like painted this and bought the curtains and all that, and modified the wheel that was already there, but we made it different for our show. So yeah, and one of the things that happened during the show, like we had to start recording like 3 times, and one of them was because of me. I was gonna, like, it was like at the very beginning, like I just stood there and I froze. I didn't know what to say. I started mumbling, and it was like one of the worst things that could have ever happened to me. Like, we were just beginning, and I was supposed to be from outside, and I was supposed to arrive in the set, and I was supposed to say like something like, "Oh, welcome people, I hope you enjoyed tonight's show," and all that. And when I was there, I was like and the professor had to stop everything. So I went out, I went to drink water, and then I came back, and and then we tried, and then I tried to like continue like nothing happened. Like, here I am pretending everything is fine, but no, I'm not fine. Where I'm standing here, like in that set, I actually was like sitting there for most of the beginning of the show, just because because for me it like felt like they put me in this position, and I like failed to deliver because it was the most important day, and I just froze for no reason. So yeah, I was like very down during all that. Even after we stopped recording, like I was still not fine. So yeah, this is me. Like, while the segment is going, like the sports segment, it had like a little music, so I was just there dancing since I'm not in the shot. So yeah, like it was pretty cool. We did some things for this show, like we had to pre-produce some stuff, and one of those stuff that we did was like a little short story for, since it was December, it was around December, so we did like a short story for the show that was called Reflejos de la Historia, and it was like a Christmas story, and it was this kid played by me. I'm Samuel. I wrote the script, and I chose the word Samuel because, well, Samuel L. Jackson. So that's really the only reason why I chose that name. So yeah, this was like a Christmas thing, and it was like we were like showing our gifts, and I was like, no, like this isn't what I wanted, and I was like a brat because I didn't want that gift, and I was like, F this. And here I am. One of the things that I like about this shot is that when we shot this, it came with no audio. I was gonna edit this, and I was like, hold up, I don't hear anything, Jonel. So what I did was that I went back to the place another day, and I recorded some ambient sound, and then I recorded myself running again with Edgardo. Edgardo helped me with that, with the sounds of this. So I just like went and I shot myself. Like, if you see those steps, like, do not sound like they're supposed to be like that. And here we have Christopher. This was my first time working with Christopher. I got really amazed by the way that he worked. Like, it surprised me because I never worked with him before, and he like worked so well. And there was this one part that he was like saying the lines. He was like waiting there. He was like, it was like a long paragraph, and he was like saying every single word, and he was like, yeah, and I was like, damn, this guy, this is cool. And then Jonel was like, can we do it again? I wasn't recording. So yeah, it wasn't that he wasn't recording, it was that the mic wasn't on. Like you know, by my blooper reels, we always forget to turn on the mic, like even when Jonel isn't behind the camera. So yeah, it's bound to happen. We're going to forget to turn on the mic. So that's everything from the first semester. So now let's jump to the second semester. Okay, so for the second semester, it was only just TV. Like, what do we have to do? Well, we had to produce a whole TV show, and we had to keep a schedule of uploading every single week. So we did like 8 episodes or renditions of the show. It is actually online. You can go watch it. I will link it down below. It's called ActualizaTV. I did a couple things for it. One of the first things we did that I'm pretty proud of is that Jonel and I, we had like a culinary segment where we were supposed to go to different restaurants or food related businesses, and we were supposed to record like a review of a restaurant and all that. And like, I really like this intro because this is the first time like I ever edited at the rhythm of the music. I don't really use much music on my videos, if you noticed, because I like to avoid copyright strikes. The first video that I posted on this channel, which is the steaks video, blooper reel, I immediately got a copyright strike and my channel got shut down, so I want to avoid that. So that's why I don't use music much on my videos. So what I like on this video is that I actually use music and I edit it to the sound of the music, to the beat of the music, and I really liked it. So I'll let you watch it. So yeah, that's like the intro of that one, and the other segment that I got like completely control of, like I could do whatever I want, was it's called Perfil de Estudiante. I did the number 4, which was about Jonel. Like Perfil de Estudiante was a segment where we did like a mini bio of some student from the college, from Milan College. And we did like sort of like a documentary around them. So I did like an intro, and the good thing about Jonel is that he had a lot of footage about him out there that I could use. So I just went and gathered some of the videos that he has done and I put them on the intro.
Y pues recuerden que detrás de una muy buena foto siempre hay una muy buena aventura.
Camarógrafo, música y hasta experimentado un poco en el campo de la actuación. Sin duda un hombre de varios talentos, pero hoy nos enfocaremos más en sus habilidades como fotógrafo. Jonel Cruz García es un joven fotógrafo de Juana Díaz, quien es parte de los fotógrafos de PR Portraits. Ha trabajado con fotógrafos como lo han sido Gabriel e Israel, quien es el fotógrafo de Mickey Woods, y también fue asistente en el proceso de grabar el video musical Sola de Landy. El día de hoy estaremos comunicándonos con Jonel por videollamada para que nos cuente más sobre su pasión como fotógrafo. So yeah, another segment that we had was how to do, where we taught people how to do things, hence the name. I did like a quick, it was always supposed to be 30 seconds, so I did a tutorial on how to edit a Harry Potter spell in 30 seconds. So yeah, here's where I was teaching everything on how to do like a Harry Potter effect. It's pretty easy, that's why I chose to do it. But the final shot, which is the one that I like, is like 7 seconds. Is like, it has a little more effects to it. And going back to the culinary segment, I did a segment where I teach how to make the dalgona coffee. If you don't know, it's a whipped coffee that got popular. I guess that maybe it was because of TikTok. I don't know, I've never seen it on TikTok, but that's what the info say. It's supposed to be like a South Korean thing, but the information that I found said that in places like India, they also have the drink, only that they serve the whip on the bottom instead of the top like they do in South Korea. So yeah. Bienvenidos público al segmento culinario de hoy, donde les estaremos enseñando cómo preparar una bebida que se ha vuelto popular durante las últimas semanas por las redes sociales, ya como un mes, lo cual es el dalgona coffee. Así que vamos a la cocina a ver cómo se prepara. En un bowl vas a mezclar 2 cucharadas de café instantáneo, 2 cucharadas de azúcar y 2 cucharadas de agua caliente. Eso lo batirás hasta que se formen unos picos firmes. Como el batido es una mezcla a la cual le hemos incorporado bastante aire, se va a quedar flotando en la parte superior del vaso. Yo les voy a traer ahora una versión del dalgona coffee, pero con chocolate. Para esta receta vamos a necesitar incorporar 2 claras de huevo, 3 cucharadas de azúcar y un poco de vainilla. Esto lo vamos a cocinar en baño de María, lo cual hace un merengue suizo. So yeah, I was pretty proud of this segment. It was pretty cool. So for the last segment that I'm going to talk is the segment that I did for the last program, which was a gaming segment. I wanted to do it around games you could play with your friends that are free, so that you can play with them during quarantine. I didn't talk about like Warzone, Apex, or Fortnite because those are the top games, and it's like if you're not playing them, you're not gonna play them. So I decided to talk about other games, and this is one of the talents. He's gonna show up right now. He's like Dairon. He's the one that talked during the segment. So yeah, he was the one that presented the segment. I wrote the segment, and I was pretty ambitious on it because I wanted like people from our class to actually play the game, so we can use that footage. So we had 3 games. It were Brawlhalla,
Brawlhalla.
Scriblio,
¿Qué es eso?
Con la guarida y al lado hay un sándwich.
and Roblox.
Y todos son compatibles juntos.
Y Alicia, ¿por dónde va?
Señoras y señores.
I know that most people wouldn't normally play Roblox, but that's why I decided to add it there, because it's like it usually comes out like a very kids game, like little kids play it, but it was actually pretty fun. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. This is everything that I did during college. I hope you enjoyed, and if there's anything that is online already, then I'll link it down below. So go watch it. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next week, hopefully.